Hello, everybody. Hello, nice people there. We have Pedro with us, our special guest. How are you, Pedro?
Hi, teacher. I'm fine. Thank you. And you?
I'm great. Nice to see you, man. Long time no see.
Yeah, for sure. You actually seem younger right now.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. Without glasses, no glasses, huh?
Yeah, not right now. I'm
Yeah.
actually trying not to use it.
Okay.
Yeah.
And Pedro, tell me, the last time I saw you, it was 3 years ago, I think, wasn't it?
Maybe 4 years ago, like
Yeah.
before the pandemic.
Mm-hmm.
It was
Okay.
actually at my house before the pandemic. We tried to talk to each other, but then everything got just a little bit harder, and well, long time no see.
I know that you have been studying in São Paulo.
Yeah.
Can we start from there? Can you start telling what you're doing at the moment, what you have been doing, and then we go back a little bit and you tell us your journey with the English language.
Okay, so I've been taking business classes at Getúlio Vargas Foundation.
Nice.
Here in São Paulo, it's the EASP for the ones that want to know, actually. Mm-hmm. So I've been taking business classes. I'm an intern at a French bank right now.
Okay, nice. In São Paulo as well.
Yeah, all in São Paulo. I just finished my first year on college, and well, it actually involves a lot of English. My actual activities. For instance, my whole training in the bank that I work was in English. We actually had the option to do it in English or in French, but
okay.
I don't understand French, so
not yet. English, maybe later.
Yeah, maybe not yet. Yeah, so also the process of entering, of joining college has a lot of English demand. I mean, some of the material that the teachers actually demand us to know or to read or to study in itself are in English, because some parts of business are more developed outside of Brazil. Let's just say
okay. So that means you guys have more content, like more sources of research or study in English.
Yeah, that's right. We have a lot of maybe more in the financial part. But yeah, I could say that in a whole, we do have more sources in English. So a lot of people that actually joins GV, the college, they tend to have a lot of difficulties regarding language barrier and things as such.
Okay. So
teachers are not sorry.
Go on. No, carry on. Go on.
Teachers are not really concerned about your level of English. They just want you to know the content.
Okay.
So it's up to you, really.
Let's put it this way then. Just make a pause there. Basically, what you're saying is we start from what you have been doing at the moment, and you're already directing us to guys. Come on, people listening there. You need English, yeah.
Yeah.
Because as you said, to be at university or at college, the contents that you have teachers, they are more concerned. You say the teachers are more concerned about teaching you the contents. If you have enough English for that, it's up to you to learn. Or if you had learned, you're lucky, yeah, like you did. You start. Now you can maybe talk about your journey. How did you learn your English then? Before, because as we can tell, English has already helped you. Yay, amazing. But how? How did you achieve that? How did you learn? Can you talk about your journey in learning English, please?
Of course. So, my journey starts actually when I was a kid, but not as early as it is like normal right now. I started taking English classes at 9.
Like you were 9 years old?
Yeah, but I actually used to like consume English content before due to video games, like toys, video games, or movies, things as such, but not actually development, just consuming content.
Okay.
So,
which is good. I mean, it's great. You're consuming content in English and you are basically learning.
Yeah, actually, for me, is one of the most important things to do when learning English. Not only take classes. This is the most important because you learn the rationale about things that you're consuming, but to consume things in English that you are interested in.
Okay.
This for me was actually very, very helpful.
That's a great tip. I mean, people sometimes they tend to force themselves to learn something that they don't really like. They don't really enjoy. That's a great tip. Carry on, please.
Okay, so I started taking English classes at 9. I actually, I think it was at 9. My sister started with me. She was a bit younger, and we both went to a private English school. I've already met you at that point because you are a friend of my father's.
And I taught you on 8th grade, I think.
Yeah, on 8th grade,
and 8th and 9th grade.
Yeah, no, actually only
8th grade. Okay.
Yeah. So I had you as a teacher in both private English school and in the school as normal school, let's say. Okay. So my journey in English starts at that, but I've had a long way. I first started learning like anyone would, but my great interest in the beginning was in reading things that it wasn't easily disposed, but for me in Portuguese. First, things involving video games, but not only things involving like literature as a whole.
Okay. Nice.
I've always liked to read, so it really helped me. And then as I grew up, it also helped me to get knowledge objectively.
Okay, so meaning the more mature you got, you start studying, for school and eventually for your university and college in English as well, and you learn more objectively.
Yeah. And also, sorry, go on.
No, just how long did you spend at this English school, you studied at CNA school, right?
Yeah, at CNA.
How long did you spend studying at CNA school? And I know that you have an international certificate as well. Talk about a little bit that, please, this cycle of the pedagogical cycle that you studied. How did it work?
So I studied at CNA for I think it was 7 years.
Okay, nice.
If I'm not mistaken. Yeah, 7 years. 7 years. From 2011 to 2018. So, the pedagogical cycle, I tend to think that it was first, I started learning vocabulary, then reading, then I started to get the grammar.
Okay.
And then finally speaking and listening, they were the last.
Okay.
Especially speaking, and you know about that. You participated on the process.
Okay, right.
So one of the things that I did to progress in English, not as I intended. I mean, not to progress in English, but it was to always take one step further.
Okay.
When I was learning to read English, I got a book, not a kid's book, a more elaborated book for teenagers, let's say. And I forced the reading.
You took a book, a kind of a literature book, and started reading.
Yeah, I didn't get all of it, let's say, obviously, but that made me much more confident. Not only confident, because I got the book and I started reading, and it was like, oh, I get this.
Nice.
I don't know what is it. But I mean, I understand the book, you know. I understand not only the message, but I also understand the history, understand the content as a whole. So this actually gives me more confidence to start doing harder things. Let's say, and it also helped me. You talked about the international certificate.
Right,
it was FCE. It was FCE. So it helped me to start the process of studying for FCE. Started more, let's say, familiarized with the language. Because in FCE we have a lot of subjects, we have a lot of content, and you don't actually know what the texts are gonna talk about. So you gotta know about a lot. You gotta talk about a lot of subjects.
Okay, so kind of you have to be really prepared for the test, yeah.
Yeah, but not only in grammar or English properly saying, but in consuming content, I would say.
Okay, that's good one. Good point.
Yeah, because you hear about things that you've never heard about. You will read things that you have never read. So I've never read, So you gotta be prepared for that, you know?
Nice.
You gotta be ready. That's it.
Nice points there, Pedro. Because consuming English, it can be a movie that you watch, some music that you listen to, maybe different songs, different style of music, reading books, reading magazines. I remember that you were studying really hard for here in Brazil. We have to take a test to entry, an entry test for the university. We call it vestibular. I remember that you were studying very hard for that. And I do remember that the tests in English, they were very hard for the university. So basically, more consuming, more reading, more studying, more. But actually, that's the point. Things that you do that motivate you. Things that not just study for the sake of it, but studying with an objective, of course, but trying to use things that you enjoy. Yes?
Yeah, of course.
And what were the difficulties that you had? And the other side, what were the easier part of it? Okay, if there were any easy things there for learning, because learning is all about how you motivate yourself, or how you as a person, different people, different ways of learning. So talk about your strategies, please. What was the easy part, or maybe what was the difficult part? Please. No.
Okay. So the easiest part was actually reading by itself.
Reading.
Because
right.
Let's say I was firstly introduced to reading by video games, and at that time I used to consume video games made by for children, and in a time that we didn't have translation in Portuguese of
so you had to think in English kind of.
Yeah, and as I was taking English classes, I started to apply that in the video game, and bring questions about things that I was having difficulty in the content that I was consuming at home.
Okay.
So
good one.
Then and not only that, but those video games were kind of simple, so the vocabulary was simple, and that made me understand it better, receive it better.
Okay.
So as time went on, I started to get more mature content.
Okay.
In both video game and on English, and the process continued by a point that I was actually consuming. I was using English to consume content, and not only learning English by consuming something. Do you get it? It's not like I was watching a movie to learn English. I was learning English by watching a movie in English,
Okay.
And the hardest part was speaking.
Okay.
Mainly because I actually didn't have people to practice. I just practiced it in English class.
Wow.
That made me not only less confident to talk, but also it made me get it made me get less of I was doing it wrong.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
You could kind of compare yourself to what is speaking well, what's speaking badly, kind of. Yeah. So I mean, in class, in English class. So you didn't you say, as I understood, you didn't feel very confident about speaking, but you managed to learn a great English. You're speaking such good English. I mean, what happened there? How did you turn the key for, like, you had knowledge, you consume English, the easy part is good. I think there's a point as well for people that are watching. Start with the easy part. Learning with the ease, and then move on to more difficult things. Great stuff. I think we have a recipe here already, for learning English.
I mean, you don't need to start with grammar, and second, you don't want to start with grammar.
All right, thank you very much.
You force it to start, at least not. Really, you must learn grammar, but in the proper time. First, you need to start with the easy part.
Okay, good one.
Like to familiarize with the language, you know?
Nice, good word. Yeah.
And talking about the question, the turning point for me, I think it was giving the right guidance. I started talking with people in English. I started, first I needed it, actually. I didn't got a good grade in speaking at FCs. So this condition actually motivated me to start speaking more, to start showing myself, to start exposing myself.
Nice one. So, good tip. Good one.
I started talking to. I played some online video games. I started talking to native language people, native English people.
Online games. You played online games with native speakers.
Yeah, with native speakers. I started communicating myself. I started communicating myself in trips that I did take with my family.
Nice.
To a point that it was kind of forced to speak, you know? And when you're speaking with a native speaker, if they actually don't understand you, you just have to try again, so they could understand you. This is something that just really helped me to communicate myself better, because people need to understand you firstly. If you can't be clear in your speaking, well, just find a way. But I mean, I need to say, with proper guidance, it's hard. It's not easy to know what you're doing wrong, you know?
Okay.
So you need people, you need a teacher to help you get what you're doing wrong, what you need to improve, and which point will come naturally, you know?
Nice, really good. I think we have a recipe here already, yeah? There's a recipe how to learn English and improve it into it. I think I can tell you feel and you sound and look very confident speaking English.
Thank you.
Congratulations. I really appreciate that, because I do remember when times that I came to visit and have some, coffee time with your dad and you, and we could speak English because your dad speaks English as well. So we could speak in English. Actually, my visits they were like part English, part Portuguese.
Yeah.
We made sure we practice some English. Yeah,
for sure.
yeah, those really great times. Great time. I miss those times, man.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
But
So, go on, please.
no, I was just about to say that when I'm in São João, we'll take some time to drink some coffee.
Oh, definitely, definitely. Are you in São Paulo at the moment, eh?
Yeah, I am.
Right. Have you been coming back home, visiting the countryside of São Paulo?
Well, let's say right now once a month. Let's say.
Okay, good. So you keep busy working your internship and studying.
Yeah, that actually demands a lot of time. So in the past, I used to go more frequently to the countryside, but now just once a month, maybe less frequently than that.
And let's just make a point here as well, please, about your English. Have you ever been abroad? I mean, if you have been, how long have you stayed there?
Well, just in trips. We traveled as a family.
And how long did you spend, as a family abroad? You just quick trips.
It was quick, like a week or maybe two maximum.
So you didn't actually live abroad?
No, never, not really.
And speaking great English.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Well, nowadays I think we don't actually need to live abroad to learn English.
Okay.
Well, we have such information at our disposal that we don't actually need. It's good. It's very good to live abroad, but it's not necessary, I would say.
Okay. Pedro, I would say, I don't know if you agree with me, you don't have to, but I would say that, and I usually tell this to my students, in my opinion, a good English, or having good English, is the English that people can understand you.
Yeah.
What do you think? What's your opinion?
Well, I myself, I think you're right. I mean, I don't have the most pristine English of the world.
You sound pristine to me. And I bet people watching here, you think the same.
I'm actually a little bit rusted in English, but I would say that the most important thing, even if you're not like the best at English, is an understandable English and to speak clearly. Because, let me give you an example. Last week, I was working. I'm an intern at the bank. I was working, and I received a call to my boss, but he wasn't there at the moment. And I received a call from someone from Paris. It was from Paris. Someone that I didn't actually know, but the guy was French and was speaking English, but with French accent.
Okay.
So it was very hard to understand him, but with enough will, I must say.
Okay, well, good.
With
good
enough will, I was able to communicate myself, even if I wasn't understanding all of the things that he was saying. So the speaking of the guy, the speaking wasn't bad, It was just the accent that kept it difficult. So,
but the communication was true. You guys communicated your thoughts without no problems.
That's exactly the point. Like, we had a flow of conversation, you know?
Okay.
It wasn't like I had to do mimic, you know what I mean?
Okay, got it.
Even because I couldn't, because I was in the phone, not in video. But I mean,
you'd be doing it to yourself only, yeah? Mimicking to yourself.
Yeah.
No, wasn't a video call. Wasn't a video
not
call.
Really. No, not really.
Wow. Oh, anyway, amazing having you here. Really great. I hope we see each other in person so we can have those nice coffees that your dad makes. Okay?
Sure.
Yeah, miss that. I told you I missed those times. But I am really happy and to see that you're doing, and proud, if I may say, to see that you're doing really great, doing really well. And congratulations, Pedro. Congratulations.
Thank you, teacher. Oh, go on.
I'm taking my time here and sending my regards to your family, to your dad, your mother, everybody there, your sister. I know very well as well. And my regards and congratulations. And I hope to see you soon and have you maybe in a later podcast, because I know you are on an internship, and eventually your career should take off from there. And I hope you're the best, okay?
Thank you, teacher. Also, I'm very grateful for you for the invite, and I'm sending also my best regards to your family.
Thank you.
To your daughters, to your wife, and thank you very much.
Thank you. See you next time, Pedro. Thank you.
See ya.
And good luck there.
Thank you for you too, teacher.
Bye.